Scary Terry, dude. Goosies galore. The man they call Terry Rozier appears to be now all the way healthy.
Gonna be honest with you, it was way too hot to keep wearing that mask. But yeah, man, Scary Terry spoke to the media today. Terry Rozier was at Heat Camp, of course, run by the great Tony Fiorentino, and does a great job there with all of Heat Nation, getting their skills ready. Love Coach. But Terry Rozier, player visitor today, and spoke to the media, which I thought was cool because that's not always the case. They don't always, go there and they want to speak to the media or anything like that. But it was great that Terry was able to give some time to some people in the off season today, and really just give a state of where he's at, because it's just been a mystery with this neck thing. Pat Riley had said that he was in a neck brace, and it's just unfortunate because that has looked like a bad deal, and it's not really Terry Rozier's fault. It's a fluke injury. But now, of course, you're at the point where you're at. What happened in the playoffs happened, and everybody's like, man, should have maybe just let Terry, should be giving up a first-round pick, and should he have just let Kyle Lowry's deal expire? And I find that unfortunate for a guy like Terry, because Terry Rozier absolutely, first of all, dying to be here. Dwayne Wade, favorite player of all time, I think has been really looking forward for his chance to impact the Miami Heat and do it on a big scale. Eric Spoelstra mentioned this. I can't remember what press conference it was, but he had said that Terry Rozier was, I think it was his first day there, now that I think about it, which makes sense, that, Terry comes with a different perspective. And I think that, the Heat team can get a little bit spoiled in the guys in the locker room and the Jimmys and the Tylers and the Bams, because they sit a certain spot and they continue to see the same thing, and they're not toiling away in Charlotte, especially when he had gone to Charlotte as a guy who was having some success with the Boston Celtics. And so I do think Terry Rozier is really, really looking forward to his opportunity to show what he can do. And that was, I think, honestly, really interesting to hear from him today. And the Heat had posted his media session on their YouTube page, and seeing what he had to say about where they're at. But first things first, he said that, he had been officially cleared for a couple of weeks, which was interesting because he had said that he thought in his mind that he could have played in the second round possibly. This was him being asked about it by Ira Winderman about, Pat Riley had revealed he was in a damn neck brace with this injury. And this was him on just the struggle of that.
It was tough. It was tough, just to look at myself with it in the neck brace. And I would have never thought that, my years of playing, me living actually. But it was just a mutual agreement with, me and the Heat that I wasn't feeling the best. I wasn't super comfortable. So, we just definitely sat it out and, waited out. I think that I would have played second round if we would have made it. But, obviously, that didn't happen, but like I said, the most important thing, I'm feeling better now, and I'm in the facility every day, just getting better, and I'll be ready when the next season I'm ready and training camp starts.
There you go. So Terry Rozier was talking about the idea, maybe he would have been ready for the second round. You never quite know. I mean, look, that's maybe the most optimistic timeline, and who's to say, if that was if the Heat would have gotten past Boston, if it would have gone long against Boston, who knows? But he did let it be known that he was officially fully cleared for a couple of weeks, according to him. Did clear up that it was not career-threatening, that nothing that he was going through was career-threatening. And I believe the plan is for him to actually go out. I thought I saw Ira right that the plan was for him to go out to Las Vegas to get some work with the summer league team, that he's going to go out there and get some more work. He says, the plan is to work with the team in Las Vegas later this week, as part of what has been a long, strange journey since being acquired in January for Kyle Lowry from the Charlotte Hornets. So he is he's going to go get some work with those guys as they start up their Vegas trip. They, of course, have one more California game tomorrow, and then I believe I think Friday or Saturday I think is when Vegas gets going. But Terry, to see that he's out and about and that he's mingling and looking healthy, that's a great story just in its own right, because you hear neck, you hear back, these things are scary incidents. You never want to think this way, but the Miami Heat had Chris Bosh situation where it literally was just gone like that, and you just never really know. And when you're dealing with a neck, you don't really know. So that was great to see him out there today. He did say that it was really tough watching from the sidelines and watching his team lose in the playoffs.
Obviously, we all know why I came here to be a big help for the playoffs, and just to try to get his team some life. And it just sucked that I couldn't play in the most important part of the season, and I had to watch the guys that I go to war with. So it was tough. It was tough. Just from that Indiana game on to now, it's just it's just nonstop thinking about me, just wishing I was out there with my guys. But that's why I'm glad that I can play now. I'm cleared, and everything else will take care of itself when the time comes.
Yeah, he had some really it had taken a while, and everybody had said this with Terry, that didn't want to step on any toes. And he had some really good performances. I mean, the one that stands out the most, and arguably is one of the Heat's best wins of the year, was hosting the Knicks in April. He was 8 of 11 from downtown, 34 points. But even a couple weeks prior to that, he had a big performance against Cleveland that was really great on the road. I think he was 5 of 6 from downtown. But from mid-March through before this injury, he had a 5 for 6 from downtown, a 3 for 6, a 6 for 10, a 5 for 11, an 8 for 11, a 6 for 13. He showed that dynamic ability to score, which has been kind of the missing ingredient. Now, the other thing that's tough about this is, when he came back for that Houston game. Is I don't know if that's exactly when the Houston game was the only game I believe that he and Tyler Hero crossed over from the time that Tyler was coming back from his injury, and then it was, I think, what did they get, 2 games together in total, I believe. Yeah, it was 2 games in total that they had really gotten together, where he was traded, Tyler had come back from injury, and then Terry deals with the neck. And he had said in that Indiana-based game, I believe, that he was hurting more than he was helping. Never really got an answer as to what that duo in the backcourt could do, will do, what they could turn into. We don't know. And it remains kind of one of the question marks going into this season as to where they can be. But Terry's got a really positive attitude about it. And again, I think that is the refreshing thing. I think that Spo talks about with Scary Terry is that I think he's excited about this opportunity, where a lot of Tyler, Bam, Jimmy, they could maybe be like, all right, here we go, same thing. But he's not looking at it like that. He's looking at this as a new opportunity. Whether that turns out to be good enough or not, we don't know. But he did. I thought this was great. I was like, I feel seen. Terry Rozier had these comments, and it was really funny because he had said that, I know our fans are bored right now, but it was, but he believes this group can do something together. But I just thought it was a great, that they want to shake it up. It's great that Terry Rozier is seeing all the trade machines and all the mechanisms and everything that's going on with Heat Nation, which, I think their patience has worn thin. But I thought it was a really funny comment from Scary Terry about the state of the franchise and where the fans are at right now.
Oh, for sure. I think the fans is bored right now. They want to put as much scenarios as they can together for us. But at the end of the day, we want to run it back with our same team. Obviously, it's what it's looking like, and we want to show the fans, what we can bring, to Miami. And we obviously last year was tough on us, all of it as a whole. But we looking to get out there and and impact and make an impact all together. And I only played with them guys probably 10 games. I only been on the Heat probably 30, 20 games. So, just putting it all together, started training camp, all of us playing together and all of us figuring it out together. I think we'll be fine with the great mind of Spo. We'll be good.
And I think the thing that's going to be fun, like if he is getting some time with the Summer League squad, like immediately it can, get with Pelle Larsson and get with Khalil Ware, I think would be an important, mechanism to get going with it. But yeah, where he says, no, we want to run it back. And it's just like, if you hear those 3 words from the Heat fan right now, they want to like jump off a bridge. But this is a guy who doesn't feel like the same. He feels like it was taken away from him. And I could dig that about Terry Rozier. I do appreciate the fact we're always talking about the guys, wanting a star to come here but this guy did want to be in Miami. This guy has wanted to be a part of the Miami Heat. And though he is not credentialed like a Trae Young or Donovan Mitchell, and Lord knows I could be a whale floozy looking for where he has to improve. Guilty. I mean, Terry Rozier could have just turned to the camera and has said, "You, Tobin, you have been bored and you are riling everybody up, and I will be seen, and I will be exposed." But I do like Terry. He's a very easy guy, I feel, to root for on this team, and he hears the doubt. He hears the doubt from everybody.
It's picking up where we left off, but I think everybody got kind of sour taste. I think everybody wants to prove people wrong. I think everybody is ruling us out, doubting us, which is fine. But I think that we all coming back with the training camp. I think we all starting now, but I think we all have the right mindset. We want to prove people wrong. So whatever we decide to do as an organization, I know me and them guys that's going to put on the Heat jersey will be ready.
Yeah. Well, look, definitely he's going to get his first taste of everybody doubting the Miami Heat. That has certainly been the case nationally. The pundits, the Zach Lowe's of the world saying, what did he say? The walls are closing in. The walls are crumbling in on the Miami Heat. The squad. Like they have such a weird balance of them between people overlooking them and how that fuels them, and then what it is rightfully and justifiably criticized. Which I think there's definitely been a seesaw of both over these last few seasons for sure. More proving people wrong than there was crashing and burning. Last year was a crash and burn, and Terry's looking for his opportunity to go out there and make sure that doesn't happen again. And he wants to improve that chemistry with the best players on the team.
Definitely, just keep building that relationship with Bam, keep building that relationship with Tyler, keep building that relationship with Jimmy. Everything else will take care of itself. Spending time with each other, and I'm not talking so much off the court, but when we get back on the court together and training camp and stuff like that, I think when things will start clicking, we learning one another. But like I said, we didn't get any time with each other last year, and I make no excuses at all. But I think we all is excited.
Yeah, you're not making excuses, and I think that's one of those things where it's like you don't want to make excuses, but they are facts. And even Kevin Love was mentioning this the other day when talking to him about that. It's like Spo doesn't want to talk excuses. Nobody on the organization wants to talk excuses, but they are legit. Is like these guys got 10 games together, and not even in those 10 games were these guys full go. So I do think this is going to be very interesting to see what he can bring to the. He's as much of an X factor as anybody else, because we really didn't get to know the Terry Rozier who's comfortable, who's healthy, who gets to play with the other best guys on the team, how that's all going to fit together, how him and Tyler play off each other, if they can play off of each other. But it is great to hear that he's doing a lot better, that he's in good health, that he's fully cleared, and that he can actually give this Heat career a go. So looking forward to seeing it, and curious to see if there'll be any clips of him with the Summer League team and how that goes together. And you've seen the Heat, great content from Team USA while they're in Vegas. Maybe there could be a link up there with Spo as well while everybody's out in Sin City. But for now, in Cooper City, it was great to see that Terry Rozier is in a much better place than he was at the end of last year.